Satnam, I'm Nirvair Singh Khalsa, and here we are, we're going to practice a Kriya in September. When I was looking through Kriyas, this one really inspired me because it was something that Yogi Bhajan taught very early on in 1976. And it made me really appreciate the fact that this incredible knowledge and these techniques have come from Mother India. I was also reminded that B.K.S. Iyengar just passed away. You know, just one of the 60s and 70s luminaries in the yoga world. And I'm actually very grateful to all these masters that came from the East to share their knowledge in the West. So this particular Kriya is called Maha Gyan Agni Kriya. So Maha is great, Gyan, knowledge, wisdom, and old wisdom in a certain sense. And Agni is fire, the purification that comes from that element of fire. And you would think, oh, this might have a lot of breath of fire in it. This has got, you know, something to kind of really heat you up. Like last month, you know, we were doing that kind of thing. No, it's actually really subtle, which is interesting. It's a little bit challenging, but I found that your hands heat up, the body heats up, and I haven't exactly figured out exactly why. And that's probably how the yogis did it in any event, and that was like they practiced this and they said, oh yeah, this really creates this fire that purifies you, that allows then this wisdom, the great wisdom of the universe, to come in. So what we'll do is we'll do the tune and mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo for 3 times. The mantra with this Kriya is Ekonkar Satgur Prasad, Satgur Prasad Ekonkar. We've practiced this mantra in different Kriyas that we've done during these monthly videos, but this particular, and it's one of my favorites because Yogi Bhajan, especially in the early days, talked about it as being, you know, this kind of mirror effect and a way of stopping the mind, which is interesting. You know, it's like the Persian stopping wheel, you know, how you stop the water wheel. It's like the brake for the mind. And just recently I was kind of, I don't know how you get anywhere on the internet, but I ended up on YouTube, and there is, Satkiran has got a nice version of the mantra. Many of our 3HO artists have great versions of this mantra, but there is this one video up that just showed one of her album covers, and then it had like 1 million hits. And she called it Magic Mantra, which Yogi Bhajan also called it Magic Mantra, kind of not in the traditional kind of European sense, but the idea, he was using the idea that it's like it works so well that it almost seems like magic, you know, in that kind of sense of the word of magic. And so this is going to be interesting and a little bit challenging. It's not like the lyrical chanting of the mantra. What you're going to do is you're going to chant that mantra 8 full times on a breath, which is actually pretty challenging, you know. If I did it for you just like right this minute, I think I would probably get to 5 or 6. Wait a minute, let me try it and see. Okay. Ekonkar Satgur Prasad Satgur Prasad Ekonkar 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 Ekonkar Satgur Prasad Satgur Prasad Ekonkar. I think that was 7. That's pretty close. But what I've found is that if I can do like a little bit of breath of fire before I start this and really relax in myself, then I'm able to really get the 8 in right away. And sometimes I found, you know, in getting ready to teach this on this month, is that sometimes, okay, I can only do 5 or 6, and then you kind of get into it, and the energy starts moving, and then all of a sudden 8 becomes much more easy. And did you see how fast I was saying? It was almost like this Tibetan style that Yogi Bhajan taught with certain things. You know, he did that with the Adi Shakti Mantra, Ekwankar Satnam Siddhi Waheguru, where you chant it really fast. And so it's kind of interesting because it creates an interesting sound current. Let me show you the mudra, because you kind of saw it from a distance, but there's a way of getting into it very specifically. And that is, first of all, you're going to put your hands together like this, so that the edge of the hands are joined, the heel of the hands are joined, and all the fingers are joined. And you're kind of creating this, you can almost hold water with this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your thumbs in and together, and then put them at like a 90-degree angle, like this. It's a Yanni Mudra. And you're going to like hold this up at the heart center. It's actually, the elbows are against the side. It actually is very cozy. It actually feels really good. And so you're going to have the eyes closed, focused at the brow point, and then you'll take deep breaths, and on a single breath you'll chant the mantra Ekwankar Satgur Prasad Satgur Prasad Ekwankar. Ekwankar, there's one creative energy present in the creation, Satgur Prasad. This is realized by the true Guru's grace, by that inner flow of wisdom within you, grace, prasad, the gift from the universe. And then you reverse it, Satgur Prasad Ekwankar. All right, let's see if I can do it 8 times. Ekwankar Satgur Prasad Satgur Prasad Ekwankar 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 Ekwankar Satgur Prasad Satgur Prasad Ekwankar. I got 8, but it would get easier if we did this for the full 11 minutes. So it's 11 minutes, start at 11 minutes, and then if you really kind of get in sync with this, and the knowledge of the universe comes to you, then build it up to 31 minutes, and then maybe even do it for 40 days, because it's the 40 days that allows you to change your habit. So, speaking of 40 days, right now we're doing something with Yogi Bhajan's library of teachings, and that is we're featuring a video that has the transcript and the Kriya write-up every day for 40 days, right up until the time of where we're remembering Yogi Bhajan, this 10th anniversary of him passing away. So we're calling it 40 lectures in 40 days. You may have seen a reference to it on the Spirit Voyage site or on our site, the KRI site, but what a great thing. You know, if you could actually really just engage and read and watch one of those lectures every day for 40 days and even practice the Kriya, you'd have a nice idea of the breadth of the teachings of Yogi Bhajan's teaching, and really get into that appreciation which I hold for him and what he's given. So anyway, I actually really look forward to practicing this with you this month. And so we'll do this Maha Gyan Agni Kriya. So see you in the ethers. Satnam.